Today I'm going to be talking about how to speak to someone who may be in your family or maybe a friend who may be dealing with any form of mental health. So my first recommendation is for you to understand what they're going through before you speak to them. So understand their way of thinking and understand their beliefs and their maybe it's paranoia they're dealing with. Understand their paranoias, or maybe they're hearing voices. Understand their situation before you speak to them. And then the next thing I would recommend is to actually go and speak with them, and instead of denying their beliefs or saying that their beliefs are wrong, instead just try to speak to them like you understand that what they're going through may be very real to them. I know when I was in psychosis, if somebody told me that that my beliefs weren't true, it would make me not want to listen to them, because to me, those beliefs felt very real. My cat thinks I'm speaking to myself because she doesn't understand the camera. But yeah, just try to understand and speak to them on their level, and don't deny their beliefs, because that'll make them not want to trust you. Because in that person's mind, their beliefs are very real. And if you tell them you don't believe in their beliefs, you're basically telling them that that they shouldn't listen to you, because it's like, in their situation, it's like, okay, I know this is happening and they're telling me it's not, so they're wrong already, so why should I listen to them? And that's what makes someone want to not listen to you. And then the next thing is to recommend help. The next step is to follow through and actually make sure they get help, because sometimes people will tell you that they're going to get help just to get you off their back. And you want to actually make sure they get help. That way they can get the help they need. And what you're going to want to do if medication isn't available in your country, or you can't get help in your country, you're going to want to, it's going to be hard, but you're going to want to ignore your voices, ignore your hallucinations. And it can be hard because some people get tactile hallucinations. I was one of them. I used to get tactile hallucinations where I could feel things touching me. And it's very hard to ignore, because it's like you can feel it. So you can't ignore something touching you. You can feel it. And it happened to me all day long. But it's going to be hard. But what you're going to want to do is not interact with the hallucinations. And when I was in psychosis, I found it, what I found helped was playing meditation music on in the background. Because what happened was, in 2020, I came off my meds and I tried a different med. And because of that, I went into psychosis. And then months later, I ended up coming back on my old medication and I got better. But what I did was I would play meditation music on in the background 24/7, even when I was sleeping. And this kind of helped me block the voices out a bit. And another thing I did was I would drink chamomile tea. The chamomile tea would help calm my nerves and calm my anxiety. And I found that really helpful, but it didn't do everything. But that was the best I could do while I was waiting to come back on my old medication. And I found this very helpful. And the last thing is, you want to make sure they know what caused their psychosis or schizophrenia. Well, you might not know what caused your schizophrenia, but it's very important to know what caused your psychosis. And as long as you know what caused your psychosis, you can kind of move in a direction where in the future you don't relapse and have another psychosis. Now, some psychoses come out of nowhere. They come out of the blue, and they occur no matter what. But some psychoses, if that's even a word, some psychosis, some of them are caused by something. And it could be anything. It could be from drugs to alcohol to coming off your medication. It could be caused by watching too many conspiracy theories. Whatever. It's just some psychoses come for no reason and some come for a reason. And if yours came for a reason, it's important to know what caused your psychosis so you don't follow in those steps again and have another psychosis, because I've learned that psychosis is not fun. And I'm pretty sure everyone who's ever had a psychosis can agree that it's not fun. But I'm not going to lie, there's parts of my psychosis where I felt superhuman and it felt pretty good. But for the main part, I would never want to go through it again because of the downside. And the downside is you lose touch with reality. You're paranoid. Sometimes you can't even leave your house. You can't work. It's just it's a lot of downsides, and there's really only one upside in my opinion, and that upside would be feeling like you're on top of the world or feeling like you're special. There's a certain feeling where you feel like you're 1 in 100, and that feeling can feel pretty good, but there's about 100 downsides for every upside, and that's why I would never want to go through psychosis again. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. My name's Gabriel the Warrior, and that's about it for this video. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and thank you for watching. My name's Gabriel, and I have what they call schizophrenia. Have a beautiful day.